Hear you, Mike.
Arise, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here. We are back for the episode of Mundus Novus. You can hear me now, right?
Yes.
Weird that you couldn't a second ago.
Yes, we can.
Sick. We are back for episode 40, which is French and it means something. Uh, uh, eye to the sky, eyes to the sky, something with
Something like
eyes
that.
and skies. Those are those things. If you guys like what we do here, you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is, like most of these fine folks here, by joining us over on our Patreon. Link in the description down below. While you're down there, make sure you join us in the Discord, be a part of the community, be a part of the conversation. And without further ado, I will read our recap, and hopefully it surmises something. I don't know. I wrote it several months ago. Renee is taken from the Abbey by Alec and Cyrus, aided by Martha's guidance through the cloisters. The group escapes to temporary refuge in the Church of Saint Lumiere. Signy and William wrestle with moral consequences, eventually reuniting with the others and working to keep Renee out of cult hands until the Blood Moon ritual. Renee reveals his pendant's power to Martha, a tool used to pray to the breath before dawn, calling down eerie signs from the skies above. Right? Everyone remembers that. That's exactly what happened. I believe we left Martha and Renee at a minimum were in the attic. Was anyone else in the attic? Wilo was in the attic. Okay. And then everyone else is presumed to be in the main body of the church itself.
Yeah.
Outstanding. You all begin to notice that a shower begins outside of the church. You can see it through the frosted glass, the stained glass windows. And as the first drops fall softly, almost politely, darkening the stone of the street and the steps of Église Saint Lumiere, for a moment it feels like coincidence, a passing shower, a blessing even, after the thick New Orleans heat. Then the sky changes. Clouds roll in with unnatural speed, bruised and heavy, swallowing the last traces of daylight. Thunder growls low and distant, not sharp, but vast, as if something enormous has shifted its weight far above the city. Rain begins to fall harder now, sheets of it cascading from the sky, drumming against rooftops, flooding gutters, turning the street into a silver ribbon of moving water. The church bells do not ring, yet the air hums as if they should. Streetlights flicker to life in nearby windows. Doors open. People step out beneath awnings and with umbrellas drawn by something they cannot name. Voices rise in murmurs, questions, prayers, half-remembered superstitions whispered under breath. Some cross themselves. Others simply stare upwards, eyes fixed upon the churning sky. Rain does not disperse the crowd. It gathers them. More figures emerge from side streets and alleys, silhouettes blurring the edges of the downpour. They cluster near the church, forming a loose ring around Église Saint Lumiere. Not hostile, yet. Not reverent either, but waiting. Though the storm itself has called them here. Thunder cracks overhead, closer now, and for an instant the sky flashes white. In that brief illumination, the church stands stark and defiant against the dark. Its consecrated stones soaked, stained glass glowing faintly from within like watchful eyes. Somewhere in the rain, a voice whispers a prayer. Somewhere else, another answers. And above it all, the storm continues to build, patient and purposeful, as if the heavens themselves were holding their breath. You can see in the main floor, looking out, there is a throng of people gathering around the church. The rain is splattering against the windows. It sounds like it went from a mid-afternoon day, a calm, cloudless sky, to a torrential downpour. And yet there are people gathered outside, some under umbrellas, some sharing them, some not at all, gathering around the perimeter of the church. Signy, William, Cyrus, Alec. Specifically, what are the four of you doing?
Well, I think you said we noticed them, correct?
You can see all the windows are like they're not like floor to ceiling windows, but they're probably only like 3 or 4 feet off the ground. So like the windows are definitely eye level plus.
Yeah. Okay. So as they're chatting, and Signy is just like looking at Alec as they're speaking, and some like movement in the window catches her eye, and she like looks past, and she like moves past Alec, and she walks to the window, and she glances out and sees the people gathering there. I'm like, um, I don't mean to alarm anyone, but there's people outside in a
People? Like
strange
How many
actual
way.
people?
Yes, real people.
No, I'm
And
like, oh, werewolves? Or just
no,
people?
I don't see any shag carpets.
Excellent.
I'm sure they're not in their wolf form right now, but and Cyrus will walk over and look.
They look they she just points out like they look okay. They just look like normal people.
They do look like normal people. You do see a bevy of people from various walks of life. Some look on the poorer side, some look on more of a Alec, William, and Martha side. It's a full spectrum of people here. The more well-to-do look like they are under umbrellas. They are dressed nicely. The lower class, some have a decidedly more bohemian or hobo-esque look to them, and they range anywhere from in the middle to that.
Okay, and are they like lined up?
Not like not like
Or is it a crowd?
not like hands across the world lined up, but they
Yeah.
are like in a in a
Surrounding.
in a generally like horseshoe conglomeration.
Well, the weather doesn't seem to be bothering them. And can I roll observation to see if I want to know, are they like under a spell? Like, are they like blank stare? Are they blinking?
Go ahead, roll
Stuff
observation
like
for
that.
me.
Yeah, can I look too?
Oh,
Yeah,
See if
absolutely.
there's any kind of like they're
Everyone
drugged
can roll
out
observation
or
if they'd like.
Okay.
Everyone who's on the first floor can.
I am interested.
Can I do investigation instead of observation?
Um,
Just because I can ignore my condition if I'm rolling investigation.
give me 1 second here.
Here, I'll throw you the tin of cocaine to get
Yeah.
your brain going, that
Investigation.
dopamine hit.
Because I have the talent focused. I can ignore
Um,
conditions when making investigation
I'll
rolls.
allow an investigation. That seems like it's
Okay,
reasonable.
it's the same amount of dice, so
Yeah.
2 successes for me.
2.
Oops.
Love that for you.
None for
So
me.
2 successes for William, it looks like, and 2 successes for
Jesus. I
for
rolled
uh
4
for
ones
Cyrus.
on that.
So William, your perspective is different than Cyrus, right? There is a bit of fear born in yours, or a bit of trepidation born in yours, and you look out. These people look like they are gathered purposefully. William, they look like they are here of their own volition. Their eyes do not look like they're not like close enough to see like how dilated their eyes are, but like they don't look like they're like swaying. They don't look like they're like under some sort of um drug or anything else. However, you do see that among them, mostly among the middle to lower class of them, they almost all have bruises and cuts as if they have um, known a life of physical violence. And that sticks out to you for some reason. As like only like middle to lower class have that, and then middle to upper class don't.
In it's really quick though, in that regard, the people who have those marks, do they look like, just like laborers? Is it all men and they look like they're fighters? Is it a complete range of
It
men,
is a
women,
mix of
ages?
men and women. The whole thing is a
Okay.
mix of men and women.
So it's not just like a brute squad or something.
Correct. The people
Okay.
who are bruised, regardless of gender, they look like they know their way around a fight. They don't necessarily look like they are bulky in that they are like boxers. But they do look whether they are the size of a boxer, whether they are thin and wiry, they look like they have seen their fair share and doled out an equal share of physical violence. Cyrus, you look out, and again, similar to William, you don't see any sort of like you don't get the sense that there is some sort of magical compulsion afoot here. However, you notice in the few seconds of staring out, once the idea that like, oh no, we're being surrounded, sort of washes over you, and like that's like, okay, I've accepted that part. You noticed it before, and you notice it again. It is silent in here, and silence is not a thing that Cyrus experiences quite often. You have a retinue of unseen companions that sort of titter in your ear, and they are not. Whether they are here or just as in shock as you are, you don't hear anyone, you don't see any incorporeal forms around you. This is this strangely a very serene time for you, Cyrus. And I will say, William and Cyrus, as your eyes, scan through the crowd looking for like anything that's going to give you an inkling of what the hell's happening. You do see the crowd not necessarily part, but like there's a shift, and you see the woman from the church step out. The woman from the abbey step out.
The Mother Superior?
The Mother Superior.
Okay.
As she steps out, and she has not like crossed the line and is approaching the church, but she is probably by one step or a half step the furthest person in this ring of people.
Here.
Is she still in her habit and all that, or is she?
She has taken
dressed
the actual like the habit, the headdress off, and you see that her dark hair sort of just cascades down.
Haha, she's not a true nun then.
Sorry, I just want to point out we've never seen the Mother Superior.
Someone saw a picture of her in the.
It was the dead one, unless this is.
Oh, that's right.
One.
That is right.
We never encountered the Mother Superior.
Good call.
Yeah.
Well, in that case,
I mean, she can still be wearing the full gowns, even if.
Oh, she is.
Off.
Minus the headdress. So you see her walk out.
We just see a nun. We don't know.
Yeah, you would see a
well,
nun.
Be fancier.
We see it. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, like there's like a wider cowl, a more pronounced. It doesn't look like exactly like what Martha had. You see a woman with shoulder length curly black hair. No makeup on. She is under the guise of a nun, minus the actual habit. And you see that proudly displayed is a what looks kind of like a rosary, but does not end in a crucifix. It ends in an oval shaped object. And she steps out of this crowd and is, like I said, about a half to one step forward of everyone. And you can see it feels almost like she's looking at you. Like that kind of like the Mona Lisa, wherever you turn, it's kind of eyes are on you. So William and Cyrus, you kind of, it's not like she's looking directly at you, but like there's a glare as if she sees you through these windows.
Does the rosary you mentioned, the rosary, not rosary that she has, does that look like the one that Renee had?
It looks
like a
just,
mirror.
I mean, okay. in the sense that it's oval shaped. That's from this distance. That's really all you can tell.
Okay.
But yes.
Alec doesn't see all the details that everybody else sees, but sees the crowd, and he's already been pacing. Everything has set him on edge, and we know how Alec is when he's on edge. But as Alec notices the crowd, he says, well, this can't be anything good, and holds his knife where it sits in the holster, and snaps at Emerson and says, alert.
And I assume he is used to these commands, and he will shift into sort of like that like pointer mode, where he is now like upright and he is ready for anything, frankly.
Well, the church is here. I think she's come for the boy.
Fast.
We don't have time. We need to move quickly and be
Is there a
prepared.
back door?
Depends on if this church is up to fire code. And we'll go and see. Is there a back entrance? to the
I don't
church?
believe you have found a back entrance to this.
Yeah.
I thought I came in from the over the back wall when I came back. I thought we said that. I thought we had
You did. So
established
there's a wall around the
Right.
like the church grounds, but there's only the main entrance to the actual church, like the church building itself. So you guys came around the side to like get into this place, so no one saw you like come off the road.
So,
I believe when
so
you
they're
started-
outside the church walls, correct?
Say again.
That they're outside the church walls. They haven't.
They are
crossed the
not
hallowed
outside the
ground?
church walls.
Oh, so they're out. They're
So they're on the
literally
church
outside the
grounds,
door.
but outside the door.
Okay,
outside
so
the
they're in like
church.
the cemetery. F. Okay.
Cyrus,
probably-
you want to tell me we should start sliding some pews in front of the
Yeah.
the door?
Yeah, we'll start
Thinking
moving
will
things
help.
we'll start barricading the doors at a minimum, or barricading the front door.
I will say, Martha and Wyla, you would hear noise,
Furniture.
furniture moving, wood scraping across the floor. It sounds like a ruckus downstairs. And for Martha, a ruckus unbefitting of a church, frankly.
I think
And you see,
Signy-
as soon as the noise happens, you see Renee kind of look up, curious to you, and say, "Oh, what's happening?"
Oh, I don't know. Let me go check.
Oh, can I come?
I think they told us to see if you would. I think they asked you to stay up here. I'm trying to remember. I think it's best if you stay here. I'm gonna go check real quick, and then I'll be right back. I promise.
Oh, okay. I'll stay here. Yeah, I'll stay here. I'll play with these. And he produces the toys that you had on the floor. I believe it was like a wooden train.
Oh, not the dead spiders.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
The
I
toys.
just make sure there's no spiders in the general vicinity, and then
None of them have the bodies.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
have legs.
He still
Spiders are
still
going
has
for a train
Williams'
ride.
hemostat, right?
Or
Yeah, yeah.
they can mistake.
Yep.
Dissecting creatures. Should have
Dissecting
given him
creatures.
a copy of Grey's Anatomy or
He's
something.
just a normal kid, guys. He's just a normal, regular.
is there like? Sorry, go on.
He's
No,
going to
go
be a
ahead.
surgeon someday.
ahead,
Is there? Can I just like poke? Is it like a trap door type attic? Can I just kind of poke my
It's
head
a trap
down,
door with a
or-
ladder, so you could poke your
Okay.
head down and just sort of yell.
Okay. So if I just poke my head down, can I just see what's going on below me? Just
You
one
can
big room?
hear the sound. So it's like a trap door that leads to like a ladder, not like directly above the actual like main body of the church. But you can sort of like poke your head down and you hear what is, ostensibly the sound of pews scraping across the ground. And you can hear, I imagine there's some level of like vocal coordination to like, okay, grab this one, move it here, and then stack this one on top of this one. So you hear that there is some sort of something happening downstairs where your companions are moving pews.
All right. Well, I kind of yell down. What are you guys doing down there? Oh, and I should probably tell you. I think I made it rain.
I think Signy doesn't know what to say.
Oops.
They've come for the boy, Martha.
Stay up there, Martha. Do you have a knife?
No. Why would I need? What is going on down there?
I think Signy walks up to Alec and like gently puts her hand on their elbow and like gives them a squeeze. Like, Alec, why don't you go up there and see to Renee? Okay, we'll handle things down here for now.
Yes, Signy, thank you. That's an excellent idea.
And we'll keep this door shut.
Come on down, Martha. Come on down. I'll head up.
And what's Wyla doing?
Wyla is up there with the kid.
Okay.
Okay. Well, okay. I turn to Renee. Alec's gonna be right up. I'm gonna go check some stuff down there. But Alec will be right up. Okay, so you won't have to be by yourself. Well, I mean, with Wyla. And
Okay.
And Cyrus will just yell over to Alec, send Wyla down. We need her help once you're up there.
Will do.
Thank you.
So they swap, Mike.
Yeah, so you guys swap places, and we'll follow Alec as you let Martha descend. You sort of inverse as you make your way up there, and you see that there are a medical instrument. They're sort of pushed off to the side is dead bugs, and you see Wyla is there playing with his wooden like train and truck set. As they just sort of like, oh yeah, and then he drives over here, like very like mundane child talk.
Alec takes a deep breath and calms their shaking, and then sits down next to Wyla, pats her on the back and says, Cyrus was asking after you. I can take over from here. What is it? Are we playing wagons and trains?
Wyla looks to you, and not the most intuitive person. She looks to you for a second and says, "Alec, is everything okay?"
Oh, well, it's just it's been an unusually eventful day, but Cyrus could really use your assistance right now. You have your bow?
Yeah. Yes.
And is Wyla dressed in Martha gear or in Wyla gear?
No, there was skullduggery that was supposed to happen, and so she is dressed in an outfit befitting skullduggery.
No.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
They
that is not
changed.
true. She is dressed in an outfit befitting two loving family members dropping her off to a church. So I believe
No, we went back after we went to the Abbey. We went back to the church and changed and grabbed things that we would need because we weren't returning to the hotel. So she probably would have put on her own clothes.
Oh, that's right. She was not with the kid group. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then, yes, she is in her own outfit.
Well, so Alec scans really quickly and nods and says, "I'll take things from here."
Understood. And she heads down the ladder, leaving you with Renee. Renee doesn't really acknowledge the transition of adult that's coming through,
Yeah.
and he continues to play and like slides you the truck that that Wyla was using and continues to play. Yeah,
would be a wagon.
Sure. Then continues to play with that. Do you do anything with it?
I think after a little bit of like aimlessly like pushing the toys around without any true narrative, Alec would say, so what is this I hear about rain?
Oh, the other Martha?
Martha? Miss Martha?
Yes. She was asking me about the special prayers that I do with Sister Margot, and I told her that I would teach her one, and we said it together, and then then it was raining outside.
It is raining. Do you have any other special prayers?
Oh, yes, some. I don't have them all memorized. I do them with Sister Margot, and then she says them, and then I say them, and I in every line, and so I haven't memorized all of them yet, but I'm getting better at my words and reading my words, and so I'm starting to remember them on my own, and that was one that I had remembered.
It has been a long time since I've spent much time in the church, but I do recall that at times there are prayers to protect one's heart and soul from evil influences. Is there anything that you may recall like that?
No.
No, nothing?
Nothing like that.
Well, I wonder if you were to um, be creative, and find your own words for prayers, a prayer of protection. What might that prayer be like?
Well, I don't know. What would I need protection from?
Well, this is a wide world of many different influences, both positive and negative, and you might wish to fortify your soul. So it is in most churches, I understand. Many choose to ensure that they wear armor, but not actual armor. Metaphorical armor, in order to preserve themselves, to fight on the side of goodness. Should the need arise.
Okay. Okay. I think I understand. Um. Okay. Um.
How about
I can.
this? Why don't you start such a prayer, and I will repeat it as you have done with your Mother Superior.
Oh. Okay. 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 Let me think. And you said like armor. Um. Okay. I've never had to make one up myself. Okay. And then it should rhyme a little bit. And then
And against our armor against evil influences.
right, evil influences. Okay. I think I think I have one. Um, or at least I can kind of make one up. Um, okay. Okay. Um, uh, uh, okay. You say it after me. Shadow
Should
that
I
clings where light grows thin.
shadow that clings where light grows thin?
Yep. Stand between us and watching eyes.
Stand between us and watching eyes.
Let footsteps pass unheard.
Let footsteps pass unheard.
Let blades hesitate.
Let blades hesitate.
Let names slip from hostile tongues.
Let names slip from hostile tongues.
We do not ask to be spared,
I do not ask to be spared,
only to be unseen.
only to be unseen.
Shadow on the wall remain.
Shadow on the wall remain.
Yeah. I think that's kind of like what you're asking for, right?
Yes, those are beautiful words, wonderful words.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And now what?
And now we pray, or we play. We play.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
We play.
Okay. Yes, yes. And then we say, where the light ends, the shadows keep watch. And that I think that should be it.
Where the light ends, shadows keep watch.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. For the shadow on the wall. No,
Do
no,
I say
that was just I was just telling
Oh,
you.
that was you. Alec looks around and looks at Renee and looks at the shadows. Is there anything to note?
Roll me an observation. Actually, roll me observation or let me see.
Investigation.
Observation or no observation. That's the one.
Damned empathy. Alec has none of that.
Love that for you.
Oh, yes, a success. It's meant to be.
Hell yeah. Is the trapdoor open or closed?
It's open. Oh, Well, what do you think, Signy?
Well, as soon as Wyla came down, Signy would have broke off the cord that's on the bottom, like to pull it down, and closed it.
Okay. Okay. So I would
That's
say
what
then
she
it would be closed then. So I will ask, what is the light source you brought with you for this place?
I thought we brought like a candle up
lantern?
here last time.
Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
You notice with your one success on observation, you know how when you have a candle, a singular candle in like a semi lit room, if you were to look down, the candle has shadows kind of going up in multiple directions because it's the source of light itself. The candle has that. And Renee.
Mm.
As if he is too a source of light.
Mm.
And you look with that one success, as the motion of like movement of your breath flickers the flame of the candle, the shadows on the wall don't move.
Mm.
As if they are unaffected by the light of the candle.
Alec pauses and kind of swallows a little bit and says, yes, very good, Renee, very good.
And he smiles like he did a good job. And he pushes over the little wagon and hands that to you. And then we play?
Yes, let's play.
Okay. We cut from that adorable innocent scene upstairs down into the church proper. I assume there are barricades at a minimum on the double door. Martha, you have come down to I don't know if desecration would be the word you might use, but definitely the dismantling or renovating of a church for sure is happening. And then you see moments later, you see Wyla come down as she heads behind the pulpit. And you can hear like the ringed curtain of whatever is like hiding the little compartment behind the pulpit slide over, and you see that she produces a bow and sort of strings it along her back, as if she is getting ready for some kind of fight.
I guess as Martha and Wyla come down, Cyrus is not so much barking orders, but like put the secure the headstone that we took from the site in the swamp. Puts it in the compartment, Wyla, in the altar, and then he's like, Martha, figure out a way to cover up some of these windows. We're much too exposed here. We can barricade the door, but windows make it beautiful. But damn, is it not defensible? I probably shouldn't have said that in a church. Ugh.
Martha takes a little inhale of breath at Cyrus's blasphemy there. When she first comes down, she has a moment of kind of orientation, like what is going on. But she looks out the windows and she kind of figures it out. And so Cyrus has given her a task. We said there was a back room, right? Like where he was sleeping?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So I'll go back there and look for really anything that I might be able to cover up windows with, even if it's just like sheets or.
Yeah, there are bed sheets and blankets back there.
Okay.
Robes, even.
It won't provide much protection, but at least they would be able to maybe not see where we are in the room, from outside. Which, if people are going to start shooting at each other, is probably a good thing. So. I rush back with a pile of bed sheets and stuff, and if I can find maybe a hammer and some nails or some other way to attach them, I'll be trying to kind of attach them around or nail them up on top of the windows or cross.
Sorry, I was muted. Absolutely, you can do that.
Are the pews of a size where we could like lean them up against the window? Like, would they be one manageable enough that we could do, basically to just keep somebody from like coming straight through the window? Not that they would protect from somebody from pushing them over necessarily, but
Yeah.
just to put something in the way. Okay.
You can absolutely
we'll
do
work
that.
on that. We'll
you
work
sort of
on
like
that too.
tip up the pews, so they're kind of like leaning towards the window. Blankets and who is on window duty besides Martha?
Or like leaning the pews up against
Yep.
it.
Or
I would
helping Martha
imagine
with the blankets and stuff.
Given the size of the pews, I would imagine that would take a couple of us. So it'd probably be Cyrus
I mean,
and
it's a
William,
team
Probably.
effort.
bare minimum.
Yeah.
Having to
So-
leverage those things in. They're huge.
I mean, we work on the door
Solid
first and then
wood.
switch to the windows.
You have as you all approach the windows, you see the woman, the aforementioned woman with dark curly hair, is walking on the inside of the half moon of the horseshoe, as it were, of the group of people, and she is stopping at certain individuals. William, you notice immediately, no roll necessary, that she only appears to be stopping at the people who are bruised, battered fighters of some kind. She is stopping at them. People are sort of nodding. You can assume that she is speaking to them. And she is touching the people who are bruised and battered. And then sort of like moving to the next one, doing something with her hands, touching them. And this continues as if like as you are putting up curtains and the like. She continues whatever she's doing outside, but it seems like a very determined act that she is performing outside. Yeah, that's what you see. I don't think stained glass windows. I don't know. I don't live in New Orleans. Maybe a stained glass window would open in New Orleans for being hot and swampy. If you'd like the windows to open and you want to crack a window and listen in, you could do that, or opening the door and listening out could be possible as well. Or there might be those like above windows that you kind of like take that stick and sort of lift it, and it wrenches the window out a little
Didn't
bit.
we crawl through one of those way back when to get into somebody's apartment?
Yeah. In like the first episode.
Way back.
I'm gonna say
I remember
it
that.
exists because I don't want them using it against us.
Well, they would be very high, right? So if you have the little openy ones, they would be very high.
I don't
I
care.
think we'd be more worried about fortifying rather than listening in. So
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
And also you said the storm is like brewing and raging, so
It is.
it'd be really
Yeah.
hard in my mind
Yeah.
to hear.
It is the
We're
penultimate
great.
episode.
She looks like she's casting spells.
It is the penultimate episode, and that's a
Goddamn
fun
witchy
time.
shit.
That's a fun time to be had. So while we see everyone barricading from the inside, weapons are checked, holstered, revolvers are spun, arrow tips are checked. I will transition us in a fun scene outside, and we will see our players can see, but our characters cannot hear. We see her walk around and giving a speech to the group outside. Children of borrowed skin, you were never meant to kneel to the sky. The moon was a chain dressed as a blessing, a schedule, a leash. But the blood remembers more ancient laws. I have written the body anew. I have marked the threshold. I have taught the flesh to listen, to will instead of light. You see her touch somebody, or we all see her touch somebody. Mercury to open the way. Sulfur to wake the hunger. Salt to bind what breaks. You will not wait. You will not beg the heavens. Tonight, you choose. At this point, anyone looking outside the window would see the people that she has touched begin to shake and twitch and spasm violently, as if an unseen force were twisting their arms and limbs, spine, ribs, and you would hear bones creaking and breaking, sinew pulling and stretching. Tonight, you choose. Our child is not stolen. He is called. And when he is returned to us, the sky itself will remember who it answers to. She turns, open arms, faces the church, palms to the sky, says quietly, begin. Anyone looking out the window that's not covered, any remaining windows, would watch as limbs snap and flesh rips, along with clothing, as a dozen or more people begin to shift, their bones elongating, their faces begin to protrude outward as they, before your eyes, transform, not only outside of night, but also outside of a full moon, begin to shift into werewolves. You hear a long howl, and it echoes among all of them. What do you all do? Alec, you also hear that from upstairs in the attic. You hear the howl.
William will start muttering under his breath about goddamn witchy bullshit.
Martha will take, like several kind of half stumbles back from the window, tripping backwards over her dresses and skirts because, that's not right. And she will continue to run back and forth between the she's still working on the windows, and the keys are too heavy for her. She's continuing to run back and forth to the back office, but now she kind of like doubles her pace because she really wants to get the blankets on the windows because that's scary outside. And then when she's in the back bedroom type thing, she notices that there is some paper and pencil there. So she's gonna just kind of look at it real briefly and then have an idea. She sits down and she like prays, but she also is holding her her pencil, and she's praying for God to let her know if there's anything else in the church that she can find that would be helpful in this situation.
Ooh, interesting. Does your automatic writing require a roll?
I don't remember.
Me either. So we're both in
Been
for
a while.
surprise. Talents, automatic writing. Oh, doesn't say. Great. Hold on one second. Let me open up the book. What is everyone else doing while I look up this rule?
I think Cyrus is mostly talking to himself, but if William says something about witchy bullshit like out loud, Cyrus will just say something in fact, get very analytical. Seeing as this church is a nexus of these ley lines, I'm hoping that if the witches try, if that witch or any of the other witches try anything, I have had trouble with the lines and the havoc that they are playing with me. I hope they have equal challenges trying to control it, and maybe they will get out of hand and destroy themselves. We can only hope. Werewolves, on the other hand, this is not going to go well.
Well, we have a solution for them. As William is basically digging the extra box of cartridges out of his bag and pouring them inside of his coat, just so he can quickly reload if need be. But he'll have.
If my count's correct, you're gonna be reloading a lot, William. So be fast. We'll try to buy you time.
What is Signy doing in this chaos?
She's regretting cutting that string off the thing right now. But at least they can't get up to Alec and Renee. and in theory, they might not know where he is. She's I don't know. Well, she has her gun in her pocket, her revolver, so it's accessible to her. She's just gonna keep helping fortify the windows.
Okay. Perfect. Martha, go ahead and roll me inspiration. That's what automatically.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Well done.
Very inspiring.
Sheesh.
Is that our first inspiration roll ever? I don't remember
I
us
don't think
any
so.
rolling
I
inspiration.
don't think so. I think that's where she rolled 5 successes when playing
Yeah.
poker.
Okay.
Wow. That's
Okay.
a good roll.
You put pencil to paper and you begin writing as you are preparing for an onslaught of werewolves, asking God for assistance. Or asking God for a how to survive or how to get out of this. Okay. Okay, cool. Your hand starts scrolling across the page. At first it's like circles into circles into circles. Sometimes it's like, the start of words begin to form. You begin writing and you realize you feel your hand making the same motion over and over again. And it sort of feels almost like a circle. And you realize that you have written the same word, almost like writing lines. You have written the same word in like across the page, and then down and across the page, and then down and across the page. And then you stop, and then you begin to like it almost like trails off, and it starts with like scribbling, and you begin to scribble like almost like a rectangular, like an awkward rectangle, and then you scribble it again, and it looks more refined, and you realize that you have drawn a candle that is a wick that is smoking, not a wick that is inflamed. And you also begin to draw the symbol of, oh Christ, it has a name. It has a name in churchy stuff. It's the symbol of a heart with like thorns and fire over the top of it.
Sacred
Except
Heart.
what's that? Oh, the Sacred
It's
Heart.
called the
Thank you.
Sacred Heart.
Except you're drawing it upside down. Here. And then you begin to draw the symbol of Renee's necklace around that upside down Sacred Heart. And as you look at this, on three successes here, you interpret this as a couple things. One, as luck would have it, unbeknownst to everyone, this is a word Martha. This word is absent. You have written the word absent over and over again in several lines across the paper. You interpret this picture to mean that God is absent and the light of Saint Lumiere is out. And that means, as you look this over, trying to be like, why absent? Why the candle? Why? You are not on consecrated ground.
Okay.
There is nothing stopping enemies of the light from entering this once holy space.
Okay.
You are not safe here.
Got it. Where is that holy water when we needed it? I think we left it back at the I think we had holy water at one point, but I think we left it back at the mansion, didn't we?
Yeah, there's limits to the number of items you can bring with you between. You
right.
can only like pick 1 or 2 or something per person. So if somebody didn't pick it, then we didn't bring it.
Or you got to roll for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is why I keep asking Wyla for a bow, and I don't have a bow of my own because
Mhm.
getting a bow is actually very expensive, and I don't have enough mojo to get it.
Yeah.
That's why Alec doesn't have more books, you know.
Right.
Okay.
Otherwise, she'd use all of her money.
Can I make anything from this necklace around the sacred heart thing, or that seems like a different message?
Yes. So that seems to be something to do with Renee. Give me 1 second. Some information. That obviously has to do with Renee. And based on the symbol, the Sacred Heart, inside here, which you know to mean like devotion and a prayerful intimacy and compassion. That is it. The inverse of that is the opposite. I think based on your interactions with Renee, your best guess on that is that this child is on the precipice. This child is on that thin line between something that can be manipulated and used for ultimate evil, or something that can be turned towards light. And you're not sure how exactly that happens, but it's very clear that like the people outside here want one thing and the people inside here want the opposite, right? If Renee is taken by these people, your chances of redemption for this child are slim to none.
Okay. And you said you sent me something in Discord? Is that?
No,
What
I
did
said
you
I was
send me
looking up
something?
something.
Oh, you're looking up something. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. Well, I snatch the paper and run out into the main area, practically in tears, and I'm waving it around, and I say frantically, "It's not consecrated. The whole church, it's not consecrated. Anything can come in here. Look." And I just start waving the paper around, and of course, nobody knows what the hell I'm talking about, but
Yeah, anyone who looks sees what is ultimately scribbles. Scribbles and the word absent and a picture of a candle and an upside down heart. Doesn't
I
make
think
any sense to you.
Yeah,
and I'm
Signy
just like shoving it in people's faces and pointing like this.
Yeah, I think Signy just looks at Cyrus and like shares a look like, oh God. You're muted.
Not sure how that happened, but if the grounds are not consecrated, then we are no less screwed than we thought we were. So
Is there
we just don't have that. We just don't have the holy light to pray for.
Is there a window inside the priest's room? Was it the
Yeah.
reliquary? Is that what it's called?
Yep, reliquary. Or the
Rectory.
rectory.
Rectory. So you say they're in a horseshoe, so a horseshoe is not a complete circle. Is there
Yep.
any window that they're not in
Covering.
front of?
Yeah, we'll say the one in the priest's office.
Okay. That one seems to be open for now, but I'm not sure how far we'll get if it turns into a chase.
I do not think we can outrun the werewolves. Are they completely turned at this point, Mike, or are they still...
They are still spasming and bones snapping. It's not a pleasant process, and it's not instantaneous. You met wolves in the woods that happened to be people, but they were already transformed when they encountered you in the bayou.
Is there any holy water or anything around that I can start, splashing by doors and windows, or?
This place has been empty and abandoned for so long that any water in here would have been dried up.
What about silver candlesticks?
Yeah, I imagine there would be some level of candlesticks here, and I would say that we'll say at least one of them is silver. It's not a fancy church, but I would say, yeah, the owner of the church and his wife were, well-to-do-ish. So I can imagine that a few silvered candlesticks made it this way.
Mike, I'm trying to remember when we visited that apothecary. I remember asking about colloidal silver, but we did not get it, right? It was a non-starter. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So we just have the silver. It's okay. I'd give that to her.
Oh, I grabbed the one silver candlestick and I brandish it like a weapon while also rubbing it underneath the windowsills, hoping that some of it'll scrape off and make a boundary.
Will come off. Yeah. For sure.
Well, maybe William, I don't like to start the violence, but maybe if we fire a couple shots into the changing werewolves.
I was thinking
Show
along
that we
the
have
same lines.
show that we
Be a
have
little
silver.
proactive.
Maybe we can run them off.
Is there a window where there is a line of sight that
pretty much all the windows.
We're not going to open the door.
No.
So, okay.
Yeah, all the windows would have at least somewhat of a line of sight.
So before we escalate into combat, can Alec react to the werewolf howl?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just don't want to get into combat and not react. I think having heard the howl, Alec would have cursed and realized, of course, that Renee has no loyalty to them and has, in fact, not really expressed any loyalty to them, and very likely would find himself aligned with whomever is outside. So I'd like to make a learning test, Mike, to establish a truth about places and phenomenon.
Oh, for your erudite skill?
Erudite.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let me make my learning test.
I will also say, for whatever this may inform you, the howl goes off, and obviously you have sort of I think anyone hearing a close by wolf call has a sort of visceral reaction of like, oh. Renee seems entirely nonplussed.
Yeah.
Non-reactive, doesn't like the way that like New York City pigeons don't care if you are there either. Like it's almost like an everyday sound for him.
All right, so 2. So Alec has read somewhere that the eyes are a window to create spiritual connections between people.
Okay.
And so Alec drops the truck and says, my dear, and holds out a hand to take his.
He'll follow suit and take your hand.
And he says, I know we've only just met, but it's true that the moment that I saw you, I realized we had a very, very deep connection. I feel that you are a part of me and I am a part of you, just as we are a part of a greater universe. And they are looking directly into Renee's eyes. And they say, do you feel the same?
Roll me inspiration.
I don't like that.
Inspiration or manipulation. I'll take. Not that either one help you, but
we don't have anything that's like an auto win in this, do we?
You don't. I will give you a bonus of I will give you a +2 bonus here, because this is in fact your child, whether they acknowledge it or not, or even understand it or not. I will give you a +2 bonus for that. And it does appear that you are earnestly attempting to form a connection with this child.
There actually is a connection there.
Yeah.
1.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Perfect. So
Oh,
you take his hand.
There's
you
no
open your eyes.
empathy. Like Alec has like absolutely no empathy.
Listen,
Well, not absolutely none, but not a lot.
listen.
So-
I have you seen my character in Atari Midnight? That's my dump stat. I have 0 in that. So you take his hands, you look into his eyes, and you attempt to form a connection. What was the last thing you said to him?
I think it was. Do you feel it too?
Oh, right. He looks to you and he says, I think so.
I think it may be that in the upcoming hours, you may find yourself pulled between multiple people that maybe you care a great deal about, and I would beg you to consider to look deep into your heart and follow your intuition as to what is the best for the greater good of the world and for yourself more than anything, for yourself.
Is this the first time you have touched Renee?
Yes. Wait, no, wait. Who carried Renee? No, she was holding his hand.
Okay, cool. He looks to you and just as earnestly as you are to him, he says, who decides that?
Who decides what?
The greater good. Who
Well,
gets
it's
to
you.
decide that?
You are the only one who can decide.
How will I know?
You must trust what's in your heart, not what you may have been told by me or anyone else.
And he looks down from you, not like out of shame or anything, but he looks down like thoughtfully as if he's trying to figure out what you mean, in a way that like he's never been asked with that, right? In the way that kids are told to follow and not lead, and do and not think. He's never been given the chance to decide for himself what is or is not real or true or good or bad. And he's still his hands are still in yours as he looks down. And you can see that he's like chewing his bottom lip as if like he is actively in thought about what this could mean and trying to like parse through what you're saying to him at the level of like a child, right? Single digit child. And he kind of looks back up to you and says, this isn't a field trip.
No, it's not a field trip. It's a test. And I would say, there's a great man named Emerson. And I like to follow his words. I feel he's very wise. And he once said that you should trust thyself. Every heart vibrates to that iron string. I think if you seek deep down into yourself, you will find that string harmonize with what is good. And I believe in you. I believe you will make the right choices.
And I get to pick?
Only you can pick.
What would you pick?
Renee, I would not. I have to believe. I have to follow my own integrity. And my own integrity would say that we can only trust ourselves. So I would not want to influence your choice. But if it would inform you so you can better understand what making a choice means, I would tell you what my choice would be.
Yeah, I would. I've never had to make a choice, so or not like that.
Then let me be explicit. I believe that the Mother Superior has created a very strong relationship with you over the years. But I don't believe that she has your safety, your health, nor the souls of the world in her heart. I think she has other motivations. And I would not trust what she says. But that is what I would choose. You may make your own choices.
He looks to you, and you can tell he's like trying to take in what you said. And then there is a shift in his demeanor. And you can feel his hands tremble for a second as you're holding them. And then you can watch in real time as his eyes sort of glass over for a second. And in a voice that is as much his as it isn't, you hear out of this child's mouth, without any sort of like the tremolo of like fear or uncertainty, in a voice that is confident, unseeming of a 5-year-old, right? You made a choice once.
I did.
Did that work out for you?
We live and we learn.
We'll see. And then you watch as Renee blinks and that glassy look in his eyes is gone. And he sees the shift in your body language. And he kind of like looks at you as if what he had just said a second before, before his eyes glassed over, is what made you shift. And he's not understanding what made your, like, his question about your choice and what choice you would make, how that made you shift in the way it did. And he's kind of like studying you. And in this moment, in doubt, in fear, in whatever Alec is feeling right now, we cut back to a memory of Alec. And we see a younger Alec, a student of natural sciences of the body. We see Alec in a outfit dissimilar to what we are accustomed to seeing Alec. And we see the ravages of war in the mid 1800s. And we see a strapping, suspendered, button down, wild hair, mustachioed stallion of a man, with all of the brutality of someone who has spent time in war, and all of the uncouth nature of someone who would not be allowed to cross the threshold into the McKinley household, the Whalen household, any of the family's household. And everything about this man says turn and run, and Alec just can't. And then Alec, you see a memory. A short time later, weeks, maybe months, the time is sort of blurred together. But your cousin is beside you. You are inside of a tent, white walls, or walls that were once white. The bottom is speckled in brown and black of the mud. Some of the walls are draped in red of arterial spray. The tent itself is full of moans and groans. There's a sick smell of sickly sweet rot tinged with copper. The smell of gangrenous wounds, the smell of fresh blood. And you hear screams, not the screams of men in pain, not the screams you've grown accustomed to in cannon fire, rifle fire, black powder burns. You hear screams of fear. And you watch as something large and dark and loping and bigger than it should be and taller than it should be and longer in ways that it shouldn't be tear through. And you remember your cousin in stark panic in a way you've never seen him before. A man of science, a man of blood and bone and sinew, of war, freeze. And you watch as this 6-foot something, almost 7 long, gangly arms, this wolf, standing along 2 legs, tears through an infirmary, ripping people, throwing tears in the tent walls. The last thing you remember, maybe you pushed it aside, maybe it's something you just decided never to think about again. When this figure stops, looks you dead in the eyes, drops to all fours, and leaves. In this moment, as the church is surrounded by cultists, by practitioners of unseemly magics, by werewolves, you remember this traumatic event in your past. You can't help but remember eyes, piercing blue eyes of this werewolf. The same eyes as the strapping gentleman you met in a time of war. The same eyes that examine you curiously now. And I think that's a perfect time to end this episode a little bit early. I know. Gee, you're muted.
It seems like it's a good idea that she's muted. There might be some cursing going on.
I think that is an amazing part to drop the curtain and save the fight that is absolutely coming your way for the finale. I don't think we can top that exit. And I think that's what we see, is we see the camera sort of pull back from Alec as you have this moment of realization as the puzzle pieces of your life snap into place and you realize what you had done, what you have done, and what is happening before you now. And I think the words spoken by a ghost in a seance flash across your mind about the importance of this messiah-ic child and his relevance. And you realize that what the pieces mean, a child born of nature, raised in darkness, hidden in the light. And you understand the meaning behind the prophetic nature of this child. And how you are, in some ways, the inverse of a Mary figure in this moment. Something that an erudite scholar such as yourself never wanted or planned to be. And the only thought that breaks you away from this is the sound of shattering glass and thuds as bodies begin to throw themselves against the church door.
Ah.
And that's where we wrap up episode
Dun,
40
dun, dun.
of Mundus Novus. We start the next episode, episode 41, in combat. The throes of danger.
boy.
And G's gonna yell at me for the next. Fortunately, the next episode is 2 weeks away. So I only get to feel G's wrath for a few short weeks. And then she gets to shoot at it and try to kill
Yes,
my
I love
monsters.
playing for an hour and 15 minutes.
Well,
for 6
so-
months.
So
Well,
I
Very
think I
great.
think that's the weekend.
It's
that I'm
better
moving
than
my
another
mother.
delay. It's okay.
Yeah.
What? Winters?
All
I
right.
have to move my mother to a different assisted living facility, and if the 21st if the 21st is that date, then I cannot make that date.
All right. We will
22nd.
check back.
It would be
on
the
that.
22nd, not the 21st.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Uh,
Yeah. No, I can't do that.
Let's chat about that in the after
Yeah,
show.
for
Okay,
now,
all
that
right.
is where we're going to wrap this episode. I know it was a little bit of a short one. We had some technical difficulties getting started on this episode, but we are back and prepared for the next episode. So that's it from us. We will see you guys next time for the finale of Mundus Novus Arc 4, I believe. And I will announce here for the first time, after the finale, we are having a small change of cast. William is going to be taking, or Matt, as William, is going to be taking a break, and we are bringing in a new player. And after the end of next episode, I will reveal who exactly that player is. So that's it from us. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm sorry for the shorter episode, but I think that was a perfectly cinematic ending. And that's it from us. Oh wait, we gotta do outros. That's right. I forgot how this show works. Melissa, who are you? Where can we find you? And what are you up to?
I forgot about this part.
Me too.
Okay, I am Drathier in the Discord, gameswithstories.com for my art, which is mostly fan art of unMadeGaming, and that's about it.
Hell yeah. Matt, same questions.
I am Vaughn in the Discord, and I just go and do whatever Melissa says. So
Perfect. Winterus, same questions to you.
I don't remember who I am in Discord, but my name is Wintress. And can I just pass the rest?
Perfect.
she also just does whatever Melissa
I-
says.
yeah, I mean-
Yeah.
Also true. John, same questions over to you.
Me, I am Ask Why in the unMadeGaming Discord, and I guess in terms of where else, I'm. You can also see me in a stream with several of these other fine folks that play a game of Blades in the Dark as well, and on the unMadeGaming channel. So
Yeah.
you can see me there too.
And last but not least, if she'll deign me with an outro, G, who are you? Where can we find you? And what are you up to?
Sorry, yeah, I just lost half my screen. Hi, G, Friendly Neighborhood Lightning Invoker. You can catch me not next weekend, but the weekend after with Melissa and John for Blades in the Dark, and all the Patreon stuff that's going on this month, on the one shots and exclusive Patreon stuff for the new Patreon campaign that we're doing.
Yeah, that's gonna be super fun. We're gonna do
Yeah.
some world building. We're gonna do some fun, cool stuff
Some
behind the
Session
scenes.
Zero stuff.
Yeah, some Session Zero stuff. It's gonna be very fun. All right, that's it for us. Again, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Next episode is gonna kick ass and take names, and will be the finale of Arc 4. We will introduce at least who the new player is, and then Arc 5 should start in March, I believe. That'll be super, super fun. But that's it from us. We will see you guys next time. So from all of us to you,